7 days, and we are starting on Monday, July 25th. So the first card that I drew for our Monday is the Two of Swords, and I'm using the Morgan Greer deck. And of course, we see a person here with the swords crossed, which is very typical for this card. And often this is read as making a decision, perhaps balancing 2 points of views, 2 perspectives, 2 things that maybe you need to do, and making a choice about that. So that first day of the week, our work week, for most people anyway, maybe there are some decisions that are pending, and sometimes, we beat ourselves up for not making those decisions. So, be gentle with the self if you can, and take it easy. Know that you'll know when the time is right. For Tuesday, we get another two. This time, the two of discs or pentacles, the earth energy. And this one, sometimes people call it the juggler. Again, the two things being weighed here, maybe moving up and down. There's that, maybe you can see it, a little connection between the two discs here. And so there's an equilibrium to it, a balancing to it. So perhaps the decisions made on Monday becomes a more practical issue, becomes more concrete somehow on Tuesday. When we get to Wednesday, we get the only major that pops up for our 7 days here, and that is the Devil. I think the Devil was here, I don't know, a week or two ago with us, and I encourage everyone, as I did then, to see this as the playful side, the one more associated with Pan. Of course, we can be bedeviled by a situation, meaning, it's a pain in the rear, somehow causing us some trouble. If we can laugh at it, have a sense of humor about it, laugh at our own selves, that's probably one of the best ways to get through it. Also know this too shall pass. It's not going to be there forever. And if there's a way that you can turn it to a playful energy rather than a fretting kind of energy, I think that's the best bet. And we're back to Pentacles for Thursday. And this time it is the Four of Pentacles. Sometimes this is associated with hoarding or being afraid that your resources aren't enough. So really holding on to those resources, holding on to a situation perhaps. And 4 is an earth number. Plus, if it's discs or pentacles, it's an earthy energy. So maybe some kind of urge to stabilize the situation, to hold on to it, to make sure that the foundation, what's under your feet, feels nice and solid. By the time we get to Friday, we have the lovely King of Cups. His face looks so serene in this to me, and he stands securely with all of this water behind him, and of course we assume water in his chalice that he holds there too, and wearing his crown. So he is a masculine energy, it's not a gender thing, but a masculine energy, but yet with a softer side because of the water element. That's generally considered a feminine element. So he can be dreamy, imaginative, loving, the divine masculine in a gentle expression. So loving and kind and supportive and still, emotionally strong. So that's a really nice energy for Friday, getting to the end of that work week. By the time we come to Saturday, we have the Page of Swords. Pages are often seen as messengers, and this is our second sword for the week. Um, so mental energy stirred up, some new idea coming in, perhaps shaking off an old thought form or a mood or a habitual way of thinking about something. So kind of stirring up that energy on Saturday. By the time we get to Sunday, we get another mental card, and this one is the 9. And in other videos, I've talked about that 9 being kind of like the magic number, because anytime you add 9 to another number in numerology, it reduces back down to itself. The 9 just sort of disappears. In this one, you can see the swords are sharp and you have these hands that are bound. So there's a sense of restriction in other decks. Often you see someone either sleeping on a bed of swords, or like the idea of a bed of nails, or you will see them hanging over the head. Here, that sense of restriction really jumps out at me, those bound up wrists. So, what is that about? How do we feel that our minds, because it is a mental energy, swords, are trapped in some ways, or they're turned inward and being used to inflict sharp thoughts on the self, sharp opinions on the self. So it's a good energy to try to say, oh, okay, am I feeling this way? Where's that opinion coming from? Where's that energy coming from? Do I really feel this way about myself? Or is this just something that has become habitual as a way of thinking? And when I start to feel a bit vulnerable, do I start to pick on myself? So that can be, one way it expresses. It could also be a conflict. I've never decided if I thought these were the same hands, as in the same person's hands, or not. One of them is rather larger than the others. So sometimes it makes me think about being bound to another, and maybe sharp words coming up in that possibility. 9s, numerologically, are all connected to the Hermit card in the majors. So taking the energy inward and finding the wisdom and the kindness for yourself can be a really good antidote for this card. So to recap, we start off Monday with that 2 of Swords, making a decision energy, so kind of a mental day. Then moving into Tuesday, another 2, but this time it becomes very earthy, sort of the opposite end of the spectrum, balancing a situation. Perhaps those decisions have real kind of consequences, or there's a manifestation there. Then that Devil energy, either being very playful or being bedeviled, and trying to find that sense of humor that can get us through a little bit gnarly situation. Then by Thursday, back to that earth energy, the pentacles with the 4. So a desire to stabilize, maybe hold on too tightly. So, think about, all right, I'm safe, where can I relax? And then again, for our Friday, the lovely King of Cups, ending the work week on a very loving, kind, divine masculine note. We get to the weekend, stirring up the energy, finding a new point of view with the Page of Swords, shaking off an old mood, and then dealing with that 9 and finding antidotes for any kind of cruel thoughts toward the self or others. So I hope this helps you. If you are interested in a private reading, my information will be below in the description box, and you can also contact me at www.tarotwithtanya.net, and my email will be below as well. So in all of these readings, take what resonates for you, leave the rest behind. Know, again, that, it's for the collective, so some things will probably fit better than others. But I do hope you have something useful and meaningful, and I wish you a beautiful week. Thanks for watching. Bye.